Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the women's track and field program at Trinity Christian College in Palos Heights, Illinois. With me today, we're very fortunate. We've got the head coach on my left, head coach Bob Brickman. Thank you, Coach, for being here today. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
And on my right, we've got, I'm going to give you your name, Alyssa Busker, right? But we probably should throw a nickname in there, maybe Alyssa Rocket Busker, right? Because I know she's a super fast sprinter. I know you've run some great times, and we'll get to those in just a minute. Congratulations, and thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, how about you as a head coach? I've read your bio. I'm not going to make you go through all of it. It's a lot of good stuff in there, but can you give us your background as a coach and in track and field and at Trinity Christian?
This is year 13 as the head track and field coach here. Before that, I was an assistant coach for 7 years for the track program. Also a head coach for cross country here for 20 years, and now also the assistant athletic director.
Congratulations. That's a lot. That's a lot on the resume, a lot of longevity there too. Congratulations on that career. So for both of you, you know, you're in your indoor season now, and I know you've had some meets already. Can you, Coach, I'll let you address it first. In general, how are things going this far in the season? Obviously, with your background, you can look at, you know, where they should be at this point and based on what's coming up. So how's it going so far?
Overall, it's surprisingly well. We always try to be our best come May. We'll take fast times and great performances in the indoor season, but I think the ladies in particular have done a really great job through our first 3 meets.
Let's say that is one of the challenges, isn't it? That it is a long season, right? You start. I think you start in December, right? Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So you start in December, and you're ultimately training for the big event in May. I mean, that's a long haul. So maybe Alyssa, you want to talk a little bit. How's the season going for you so far, based on where you're at in your schedule and you know, your moments and invites?
It's going really good so far. I just qualified for NAI Nationals. We have that in March, and then this weekend we have the NCCAA Nationals, so we're looking forward to that.
Congratulations on the qualification. What event did you qualify in?
I qualified in the 200.
In your time?
I think it was 25:0 something,
Okay.
04.
Congratulations. So that's great. It's got to feel good to have that in your pocket already, that know that, you know, you qualified and you don't even have to think about that anymore. That's going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a relief.
What about other events? Do you do anything else?
For indoor, I also run the 60, but I haven't qualified yet.
Okay. And then what about outdoor? Do you know what events you'll do then?
I run the 100 and the 200.
Okay. How about relays?
Sometimes a 4x4.
Are you laughing because it feels punitive when coach makes you run the 4x4, or is it?
It's not my favorite event.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. No, I've coached sprinters too. I know that's not an exciting event for all of them. Coach, can you talk about some of the other athletes? So obviously you've got a very talented athlete here. I'm sure you've got several others on the team. Can you give us a highlight of some of the other women on the team and how they're doing?
Yes, we have a very balanced team this year. Over the years, we've been distance heavy or sprint heavy the last couple, but this year, Alyssa Horstman in the high jump is doing well. A newcomer for track and field, Amanda Lichtenstein, has qualified in 3 events for our NCCA national meets. We also have a freshman distance runner, Jordan Fleener, who's done really well. On top of just, we're doing a lot better in the shot put and all the other events as well.
It's got to be exciting, especially going into like later on conference competition, you know, those type of invites to have that kind of balanced team where it sounds like you can be competitive in a variety of events, right? No, congratulations. That's really great. How about big events coming up, big invites coming up?
NCCA Nationals this weekend out in Ohio, and then we have conference the following week off, and then NAI, so it's going to be a busy but exciting 3 weeks for us.
Let's say it sounds like a tough competitive road, but like you said, busy, but you know, competitive, and hopefully you'll be competing at that super high level there, right? All right, so I'm going to turn away from track for just a second. How about, Alyssa, what's your major?
So I have a double major in speech language pathology and psychology.
Okay, and what's the career goal on top of that?
Well, after Trinity, I'll go to grad school for speech language pathology, and then my goal is to work in a school with children.
All right, congratulations, good luck. That's my sister's job. And I have a niece who's pursuing that same career, so wonderful. That's wonderful. Coach, I'm going to turn to you I'm going to pivot this way for a second. And how about as a coach, and obviously you've been doing it for a while, what do you like best about coaching?
It's really building the relationships with the student athlete, the one-on-one talks we can have, and just get to know the individual. Because I think that carries over to performance on the track, as long as we can be on the same page. But also see them, mature through their 4 years here. It does mean the world to me.
Yeah, it is wonderful watching them grow and develop. And also that relationship versus like a teacher-student relationship, but to work with them in a competitive area where they're, really working hard at something that you hopefully passionate about, right? Yeah, that's great. All right, final question for both of you. Well, I guess I'm cheating. 2 questions. Final 2 questions for both of you. A person of inspiration for you, right? As an athlete, as a coach, sometimes you got to draw some energy or some inspiration, good times or bad times. Alyssa, who do you draw inspiration from?
Well, I have someone on my team who I definitely draw a lot of inspiration from, and that's my friend Alyssa, who's a high jumper. She definitely encourages me to compete at my best, and she's just a really great support.
It's nice to have somebody like that. That helps you be that best version of yourself, right? Coach, how about you?
It's my dad. He got me involved in athletics and really back in the day with baseball and numbers, and when I became involved in running and there were numbers there, it just helped. But also, he's helped coach Little League and all that other stuff. And when I have some, coaching breakdowns of my own, I can always turn to my dad and just talk things through. And whether we agree or not, it's just nice to have that person to talk to.
For sure. What a fortunate thing. Not only in your case, you're talking about somebody you can talk to about sports, but also it sounds like imparted that love of sports and competition in you as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah. All right, now really the final question. Are you ready? This is the fantasy question. All right, every coach, sport, athlete, this is where you're like, once in a while, take a peek behind that curtain. You have just excelled off the charts in your event, and you have qualified for the Olympic team. You're going to the Olympics. What event would you want to compete in, Alyssa?
I would want to compete in the 200.
Why the 200?
It's just my favorite event. I like it, and it's not too long, but it's not too short.
Okay, long enough to get after it, but not the 400. Coach, how about you?
In a hypothetical world, I'd say javelin. I got a chance to do that 1 year in college when I was hurt from running. I just think it'd be a unique experience, and being able to throw a spear that far would be fun.
That second Olympic chance. All right, that's cool. Alyssa, thank you. Coach Brickman, thank you. Both of you, good luck this year. I hope you're competing at that super high level like it sounds like you're headed, and you've got several teammates going. Coach, the best in competition. I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the women's track and field program at Trinity Christian College. Thank you for watching.